Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. This is Coach Sheryl coming at you for day number 735 in the Wake Up community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to be talking about self-care today, staying way above the fray. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grab your water.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
And blessings, Sister Sheryl and Wu family. So glad to be here.
Blessings and peace and blessings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Grand Rising. I pray everyone had a restful night and that their rising was grand. So good morning, and please gather your water, your journal and pen, or piece of paper and pen. We are going to be going into self-care today, staying way above the fray. And just want you to have everything that you need, especially the water. And you might want to have tissues nearby too, just in case feeling a little need to use them.
Peace and blessings, Coach Sheryl.
Welcome. That sounds like Sister Phyllis, or was that Sister Marilyn?
Sister Abimbola.
Abimbola sounded like a little youngin' this morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Teresa. Welcome, Abimbola, Marilyn, Melissa, Phyllis, and everyone out there in Zoom land and in Facebook land. Welcome.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Wake Up Everybody virtual community, day number 735. Thank you for being with me this morning. My name is Sheryl Glenn, otherwise known as Coach Sheryl. I am a certified holistic health and wellness practitioner and a Reiki practitioner, an essential oil aromatherapist, and a crystal enthusiast, a laugh enthusiast, and a transformation coach, and so much more. So with that, I am going to be talking with you this morning about your self-care and the aspect of self-care, staying way up above the fray, right? So, Johnny, if you would hit me with the first and second slide.
Sure.
So I want everyone to just get a feeling and an idea of what the fray is, right? This morning. So yeah, staying way above the fray. So we are moving towards the end of the season of fall, and we are approaching winter, right? And winter is the slow, quiet season. And the energy can get so quiet and it's just really called the dark season because the lack of sun and the quietness of the energy, the slow down pace. So I want you to take a look at this image that's on the next slide and just be with it for a moment. Be with this image. Take a look at it. See what comes up inside of you when you're looking at this image. Is it comfortable? Is it uncomfortable? And what is this image? So we're just going to be with it and breathe a moment.
So what I saw was that I took
And you can drop in the chat what this image is, or someone can raise their hand and share what this image is and how does it feel to look at it. Anyone want to come off mute and share?
Madeline dropped in the chat. She said, reminds me of the saying, hanging by a thread.
Yes, perfect.
Mhm.
Anyone else? What does it feel like at that?
We have Teresa's hand. Go ahead, Teresa, please.
Peace and blessing. Looks like you're on the edge. Person
Yes,
be on the edge and like on the edge.
absolutely, absolutely. And how does that make you feel?
Well, for some reason it doesn't give me like a negative feeling because I've been there, but it's like I have a choice now to step back. So it's like I've been on the edge, but it's like, okay, I can step back
Thank you.
and take
That,
out some tape and stop, something to try to fix it up,
yes,
to
yes,
get back here. So
absolutely.
that's how it makes me feel. Like
Thank
you could fix this.
Yes, yes, wonderful. Thank you. I love that you're saying that you feel like it's on the edge, but at the same time, you already know that you can do what it takes to come back from that edge, right? I love that you're bringing that in. Anyone else want to share what that feels like? Or Shawnee, would you read from the chat?
Sure.
Is what the image is and how does it feel to look at it?
Yes. And for those who have just joined, Z, if you could drop it in again, because a few people came in just within the last couple of minutes. If you're unmuted, please mute yourself. And Melissa Roderis, I feel like this is me. Hold on, coach. I think the person doesn't know they're unmuted.
it's the back.
All right, here we go. So Melissa said, I feel like this is me at the moment. So many unexpected expenses have come up and I just want to crawl back into bed. And I'm not sure what pleasure means, but sister said pleasure. June said, feels like it's going to snap in a moment. Let's see. Melissa also said it feels exhausting and overwhelming. June came back in and said, that's how I've been feeling lately. And sister said, oh, pressure, but pleasure. Got that. Thank you, sister, for circling back and providing clarity. Pressure, but pleasure. Fray said, for me, it looks like the cord is being cut. I'm on the verge of letting it go. You want to hear more details from anybody before we carry on?
Yes, I would like to hear what sister is meaning by pleasure and pressure.
Right. So
that's
see.
I've ever heard that together.
All right, awesome. So sis, you willing to share, sister?
Hey, that was a typo. I'm sorry. Trying to get dressed and reach over and touch the phone.
Yes.
I meant to write pressure.
Pressure. Okay.
That's it, just pressure.
Okay,
Oh,
got it.
Sorry.
It's okay.
no, I understand what kind of way that looks like pleasure. But, there's all kinds of ways to define. People live in all different types of ways, so I'm not going to judge it.
Yeah. Um,
My life's not that exciting, girl.
I beg to differ, but I want to say something about the so-called era, not for you, sister, unless you want to jump in. But I actually, just being a psychotherapist, being in spaces where I get to talk to people a lot, there are folks who like actually enjoy, whether it's conscious or unconscious, being in a space where they're hanging by a thread on a regular basis. That there's something about being in danger or not knowing what's going to happen next. Living on the edge that is like addictive and provocative. And, just thinking about that so-called era just made me think of some of the conversations that I've had with folks over the years regarding the dynamic in their lives in this view that you put in this image.
Thank you for that, because that's a real thing as well, living in the space of this energy, and at this energy wanting to experiencing waiting till the last minute until things are just about done, popped, before you step in and start creating solutions. And I'm glad you brought that up, because first I want to define what this image is, and then we'll talk a little bit about what it's like being there before we go into the solutions. But solution is a must, because this is unacceptable, right? So let's go to the next with Shani. So the image that you saw is the fray, right? The fray as defined is when edges are worn away or tattered, right? And it's damaged because of long use, and it's threadbare. Something is worn or can be described as frayed when it's threadbare. When you think about like the jeans, the cutoff jeans that people wear that has that shredded look in the knees or the butt or the pocket or whatever, that's frayed. That they create that fray intentionally in order to create a dramatic look. So the fray is like, as when you think about electricity or wires or your cell phone wire, right? This outer sheath here is covering wires that are inside, and that wires that are inside are what makes the connection to the power. But if this outer sheath is ripped or torn or whatever, the wires are going to become frayed and no longer work, right? All the takes a lot of raveling up in order to protect those wires, and in order for the signals to go through those wires, the power signal and the image signal, whatever signals, when I think about cable and things like that, whatever the images and things that are going through those wires. So you don't want those wires to be frayed, because they spark and they could cause a fire, right? Especially when it's electrical. And so that is the fray. And that is a space that we can be at. We can be at the fray mentally, spiritually, physically, right? And of course, emotionally is in there. And so we can be at the fray at any time. But being at the fray this time of the year, it gets amplified. And you can release that slide for now, Shani. It gets amplified because of the season that we're in. We are exiting the fall. And in the fall, the energy just starts to slow down, right? All the energy of go, 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 run, 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 do, do, do. It starts to slow down a little bit, the pace. Some people don't observe the energy that's in the atmosphere, and they don't slow down. And that will take them right to the fray, really right at the edge of the fray. But this season is called fall, partly because the leaves are falling, but it's because the energy falls, the energy begins to fall, and you get ready for the quiet season, which is winter, right? When think about hibernation, not just bears hibernate, but we as humans, we hibernate, or we're supposed to a degree, right? Go in a little bit more during the season where the weather is doing a lot of different things. And it's quiet. It's more quiet outside. Think of fresh fallen snow and how silent and quiet that is. That's a clue from Mother Nature telling you what to do, right? But generally, we don't do that. We keep going, just till we're just about gone. And that's being at the fray, right? So I want to, let's do a little poll right now to see where everyone is at. I did hear that one of the sisters, I think it was Melissa, it feels like she's at the fray right now, right? Was it Melissa?
Yes,
Or
Rivera, I think.
yeah.
Okay, so you want me to launch?
Where everyone is at, let's just launch that poll, Shawnee. And in the meantime, okay, great. Okay, that was fast. So please share where you are in relationship with that space where it's just at the tear, about to pop. Are you just above it, vibing high? Are you way above it, vibing high, far above it, looking down upon it? Are you just above it, close to it, but not yet fraying? Are you at it, at the point of fraying, beginning to unravel? Or are you barely hanging on, frayed and fried, and just, have no solutions to any of it? Where are you with the fray? So please submit your answers. And I would like to hear from the sister who said that she's feeling that she's at the fray. Was it Melissa?
Yeah, before we go there, I just want to acknowledge to the community that the poll is up.
Okay.
And so we're asking you to respond to it, to select the answer that best aligns. Right now we have 20 people in the space and 0 folks have responded to the poll. And it's been up for like a minute and a half now. So if you could please respond to the poll, not necessarily the chat, unless you cannot see the poll. So let me check in. Teresa, Melissa, Abimbola, do you see the poll up?
I did the poll.
I did the poll also. I've been bowler. Yes, I did it right away.
Oh, okay, there's something happening with it. Do me a favor.
I did the poll also.
All right, Z, if you could look and see on your end if you have the poll responses. Zakia, did you hear the question or? All right, family, I may have to take it down on my end. Maybe there's some type of glitch.
Okay. It's okay. We can talk to the folks and see where they're at.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get to my mute. Where'd it go?
I took it down because you weren't responding, so I relaunched it. So if y'all can answer again, if it doesn't work, then I'll take it down.
Yeah,
again,
I can see it, so go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get to my mute, so my unmute, sorry.
And just let me know if you see the percentages going up and
I
down.
do.
Okay, let me take mine down then. All right, awesome. So we can talk. You wanted to hear from Melissa while the poll is being responded to. So Melissa, you willing to share a bit more about your experience of the fray?
Yeah, absolutely. Blessings, everyone. I sometimes find that when I'm ahead of when I'm feeling ahead of the game, right? Like when I'm financially getting on it, I'm starting to save, catching up on bills, or I'm feeling good in the space that I'm in, whether it's emotionally, physically, all that other good stuff. Something always happens to pull me back, and that pullback is pretty severe. It's not even like a little pullback, where it's like, oh, an unexpected $20 copay came in the mail, right? so just, so like right now, just dealing with a lot of financial, like a lot of car related issues, which are not cheap, and so thinking about, well, crap, I barely have anything. I am living paycheck to paycheck. Um, thankful for the fact that I'm able to live on a friend's property in New Paltz while I get myself back on my feet. But it's like, oh man, it rattles me because I know I have the strength. I've overcome 1,001 times. I could do it again. It's not like I don't have the skills or the tools to do it. But it's like, it definitely, like, and then it being winter, right? Winter is my least favorite season. It makes me, I suffer from depression too, so that doesn't help. So yeah, so as I'm sitting here looking at the window at my car, I'm thinking, okay, another $200 has to go in today for new battery, and I have to get new brakes next payday, and so it just makes me want to just crawl back into bed. And I seriously, if I ever have the opportunity to do some past life regression work, I know for a fact I was a bear, because I can hibernate lovely in the wintertime. Put me to sleep and catch me in the spring, So I think that also is like that internal battle of really just wanting to be with my ancestral bear and just just go away for a little bit and come back when the flowers are popping up again. So
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, for sharing what's put you at the place of Fray, the depression, the darkness, the winter, and then the weight of some crushing financial, situations. That can definitely be enough to put you at the space of the Fray, and that's what we want to identify, and then begin to look at solutions, right? Because what's happening is that the swirl of energy that happens during the fall and winter and the whole dark season is strong. And so anything that you're feeling that's low vibrational, that doesn't serve you, it will be amplified, because there's one, so many people having the same experience. Two, there's already a pull in energy, nature wise. And three, there's a darkness. There's less sun, right? And the sun activates and energizes us, right? And we know that the northern hemisphere points away from the sun, and we have fewer hours with sun during the course of the day. And that's what creates the dark season, right? That's what creates what I mean when I say the dark season. It's darker outside longer than it is lighter, right? And so definitely those are elements that can put you in a mental state of the Fray. And if you definitely don't begin to pull yourself back up with some tools, you can be pulled under. And when you're pulled under, it's very difficult to climb out, because of the weight of everyone, so many other people having similar or same experience. And depression looms, and anxiety, and it's like a vortex, and it becomes hard to just pull yourself back up. Where in the summer, you can basically go sit outside and sit in nature and let the sun beam on your skin, summer and spring, or look at a flower bloom. And there are things that are in nature that are so present for you to use to support you in shifting, because it's about that shift, right? It's about not staying there, right? Okay, so I would love to hear from some more folks where they are in relationship to the Fray.
All right, before we go there, just wanting to get the outcome for the poll from Z. So
Yes.
Z, do you have any answers around where folks are landing in this space regarding Fray energy?
Yes, ma'am. So we have 13%, 2 of 15 are vibing high, 67%, 10 of the 15 are just above. The 13%, another 2 are at it, and 1 is barely hanging on. And I'm praying for you, barely hanging on. Praying for all of us.
Yes, because yes, but first I want to give energy and yes, hold space for the one that's barely holding on, because you are not alone. You're not alone. This is your community. The Wake Up Everybody virtual community is here with you in virtual space, but energetically. And we are holding space for your transformation and for you to rise up and be vibing high above the fray. Okay? So you are not alone. And at any given moment, any of us can be at that space. I was at just at the fray this past week. And I was telling Shawnee yesterday that I was going to call her and start making excuses as to why I wasn't going to be able to do this presentation, because I was emotionally very low, right? I had some experience with family, and it triggered some past trauma, and it just took me low. Any of us can get there at any time. But I had to, before I even called Shawnee, I was able to be inspired using my tools. I used some incense. I used some essential oils. I used some music and some quiet time. And I also did some talking to my husband, actually. And that all helped me to shift my perspective, because it's all about a perspective. Even when the situation is a financial one, and it's like, what? How could that be about perspective? It's about, do I have this money, or here's random money that I have to come up with or whatever. But it's all about one's perspective, because thankfully, you have a car and you live in a place where, you need a car. So it's about being filled with gratitude for what you have as well. So that's another shift in perspective. And I'll come back to that. I would love to hear from someone, or maybe hear from the sister who said she's at the fray, besides Melissa, or was it just Melissa?
I think there was more.
Good morning. It's me, Marilyn.
Now,
How are you? Yeah, no, I feel like I'm at that breaking point. It's just like, even like it was bad, like juggling home, work, my mental, like I spoke about it, I think it was on Tuesday, or Toolbox Tuesday, how I sometimes need to give my brain a break, because I just feel like I could be in the shower and then I'm just like, my mind is just going, that it gets to a point like I'm thinking like, oh my God, how long have I been in here? Have I been in the shower long enough? Like, I'm like, because it just felt like I just went on this like rant in my brain that sometimes is like not even necessary. It's ranting about things that are not even in my control, but then even things that I have a somewhat of control on, I don't have the control on. So it's just like, just battling, I guess, my emotions and my thoughts, I think is more my issue. I got to get this done, I got to get that done before I go home. And like I was telling my husband one day, I was like, I feel like, yeah, everybody has the same 24 hours, but I feel like my time gets cut like so short, because I'm up at 3:30 in the morning getting his lunch ready. He leaves and I try to like take an hour more of sleep before I get up to come to work. I get to work early so that I can have my stuff ready for the day and kind of like get ready for the rush of kids and the crying and I got to get paperwork done. I got to do assessments. I'm doing parent teacher conferences, and then get home to cook, to shower, to like, I'm like, I only have an hour to really myself to kind of put all of that aside. And I feel like sometimes I don't even get that moment. So then to do it all again tomorrow and the next day and the next day, like I feel like, I'm like, I can't wait for my vacation. I have a week off. Like, I'm just gonna sleep and not think of nothing. And that's it. I'm complete.
thank you for creating this scenario that has you there. I mean, it's definitely the reality. Mother, been there and can totally relate. And It's about perspective shift as well, because that I only have an hour is more if you shift it to I have an hour. It will empower you to do whatever you need to do to make sure that you have that hour or even half an hour that is yours and yours alone. I remember my time when I was raising, when my kids were young, I would have to go and after dinner, then help with homework, then read them the story, and so that they would go to sleep because that's how they would go to sleep. Many a night, I woke up in the middle of the night, hanging off their beds with my neck in a crick because I fell asleep while I was reading them the story. We all fell asleep. So, and then get up and then having to, go ahead and do it all over again. It's very taxing. Somebody lied when they said you can have it all. I was thinking that, why did I not choose to be a stay-at-home mom? but it was rewarding in the end because of needing the 2-parent income. But at the same time, you have to create some time for yourself, even if it's just to sit quietly while you're in the bathtub. Instead of taking a shower, sit down and take a bath and take 10 extra minutes or 15 extra minutes so that you can nourish yourself, because nourishing ourselves is what helps us stay above the fray, right?
Yeah.
We can use the energy. Go ahead.
And I was gonna say on a side note, when you were showing the rope and how, you said there's wires inside, I put a joke in the chat. I said, are you talking about my knees? I feel like my knees feel like that right now. The cold is just like, I'm like, yeah. But yes, thank you.
With everything, we can be proactive, right? We can be reactive or we can be proactive. And reactive is, this happened and oh my God, I gotta come up with something to do. Or proactive, which is, I know it's getting ready to be winter. Everything that I'm feeling right now is going to be, there's a possibility of going to that space of the fray or being at the edge and just hanging on by a thread. And I don't want to be there. And I don't want to be at that space. So we do what we need to do to fill up our tank. And this season is the way to do that is to prepare yourself in advance before it gets there. So if you feel that you're there, of course, there's work to do to pull yourself back up, right? But like what I did, I used my tools. I used, incense and essential oils and prayer and talking and music. I used them all. I used quite a few. And I want to encourage you, especially the more difficult it is, stack those tools. Don't just use one and think, oh, okay, this didn't work. I took a hot bath. I still feel really crappy and I'm still worried about my money and I'm still do the things that serve you and do several of them to support yourself, right? And then when you have that shift in perspective, continue to build. Don't just stop there and go, okay, let me get back into the normal routine. Continue to build on your tools. Continue to use more of the tools that serve you. If you're waking up early in the morning and you're preparing everyone else, before you go back to get yourself a little bit more sleep, spend some time setting your mind for the day. Spend some time just taking some deep breaths, even 5 minutes before you go back to sleep. And in those deep breaths, you can release your mind. We have to stop efforting. I know it sounds like, what? What does that mean? Efforting is what the energy that it takes to get up and do and go and run and have a day like what was just described. Efforting. You have to have moments where we actually are not efforting, right? And that's will help you not get into the swirl of that low vibration that that pull has. We have to create moments of solitude and quiet time with a quiet mind, even if it's in the bath, even if it's in the shower. You can actually let the water as it hits you make you think about the thoughts that you're thinking, say, let them go down the drain. Let them go down the drain. For just this moment, I want to be with silence and the sound of the water. My last presentation, I played a video of the sound of rain to help folks sleep. But it's also a wonderful way to just listen in and to be meditative, to just be still with nature. And if you can't go out in nature, that's fine, because it's cold or you don't want to get wet in the rain. You got YouTube and all these other methods by which we can listen to something of nature. Birds singing, just being quiet, sitting with birds singing, tweeting, and nature. Be in nature to create those moments of solitude and quiet time, and have a quiet mind to cultivate strength and fortitude for the time ahead. Because this too shall pass, but this too shall pass back my way again too, something else. If it's not this, it's something else. But if we build up that strength and fortitude, we're going to experience the fray. We're going to see the fray. We might even get at the fray, but we'll quicker pivot back above the fray. We'll pull up, we'll spiral up. Okay. So I want to hear what's in the chat. I want to hear what everyone is saying. And then we'll move forward to the next thing.
Awesome. All righty. So welcome any and all that just arrived within the last few minutes. So Melissa said, I am blessed on so many levels. That is what allows me to bounce back quicker than I used to in the past. There was a comment on Facebook by Miyamo. I'm blessed to be given completely new threads and connections. Thank God. Hold on one second. Melissa, if this was me 5 years ago, I would not be in a good mental state and would have caused partial hospitalization. What's partial hospitalization? You half in, half out of the hospital? What's partial hospitalization?
Yeah, it's like going a day program where you have like therapy and all the things that you need in the morning, and then have the opportunity to stay in when you really feel like you just need that time.
Yes.
But I've been fighting really hard not to do that. So
Ashe. Yeah, thank you for the clarification. So the first time I've ever heard that terminology. June said, I put C for her answer for the poll. I'm at the fray, but I'm in the hospital waiting room right now, and I'm unable to get on. This hospital is 50% of what's got me at the fray.
Oof. And that was Jem?
June.
Oh.
Yeah. Valencia said, I love that, but I think it was connected to something you shared earlier. Sheryl said, yes, I'm feeling that too, sis. I definitely need to make that shift in my language. Okay, what you shared, Coach, taking only out of the communication and reframing what we declare in our languaging and our point of view. Melissa said, oh, bath. I haven't had a bathtub in many years, and I miss my deep spiritual baths. And then Aaliyah says, stack the tools. Good point. We'll try that, not just one. And I said, I am working on transforming my tendency to put 10 pounds of weight into a 5-pound container. That habitual way of being has caused breaks and eruptions that could have been avoided if I stopped, reflected, and rejected some of the overdoing, overworking, and overcompensating that I was engaging in. I have discovered that we can sometimes be the manufacturers of our own misery. And that term is not from me, it's from someone, a dear friend many years ago said that, and I was so annoyed, but he was telling the truth. You can manufacture your own misery, and then act like it's happening from outside of you. And Coach Sheryl, I just put in the quote again because it's so powerful. I love it. We have to stop efforting. I was like, whoa, all the effort that I put in. It's like, what is this about? Once again, overstuffing, overdoing, overwhelming myself, and then blaming something or somebody else for that. Melissa said, yes, Shawnee, I use the visual of a battery with low energy. When I'm feeling low, I pull up the graphic and remind me and remind myself that I will not go any lower. And I just acknowledged her. I said, I love that you notice it, stop it, and then recharge. That's awesome. And then Flo said, being grateful has helped a whole lot. Speaking with my intuitive coach. All right. Those are the shares, and we have a hand raised by Teresa. So where do you want to go?
I just wanted to comment that I love the shares. Thank you everyone for pouring out where you are and what you do and what it's like at the Fray. And just bear in mind, as was said, we charge our phones every day, right? We charge our whatever device, our laptop, our tablet, our whatever devices electronically that we use. We don't let them go to, very rarely do we let them go to a black screen and not be able to come on, right? We charge them. So we need charging every day. We need that. And the quiet space, the stopping, the efforting is a space for you to actually get more, so that when you are ready to actually effort with intention, you have enough of what you need. You have enough focus, you have enough energy, drive, everything, because you fed yourself. It's like trying to go out and run a marathon, but you didn't do any preparing for it. My daughter presents me to someone from the 80s, I don't remember her name, that in a Boston marathon just appeared and she won. And she won because she didn't run the race. She just appeared out of the sidelines and then crossed the finish line. And everybody, got all the accolades and everything. And it was only a few days later that they realized that, hey, this person wasn't at the start of, and no one saw her before. And when they asked her in the interview some questions about, well, what is your process? Well, what do you do? Some of the terms that they use as runners in preparation, she wasn't even familiar with them. And they asked her, who's her coach and different things like that. She had no knowledge. This woman literally came off the sidelines and ran and said, okay, I won the race. It doesn't work like that. So of course she got found out and, it wasn't today's world where you get canceled for the rest of your life. It was the 80s. So she got found out and, whatever prizes and everything like that she had coming her way was canceled. They, talked badly about her and gave her bad press. But, in the 80s, that doesn't last like how it does in today's world. So, none of us probably know what that person's name is either, if you even heard of this story. My daughter finds the most obscure things to share with me, and that was one of them. So you can't just jump in the middle and think we can make it to the finish line successfully. We're going to fall on our faces. Or if you make it to the finish line, it's going to be fake, just like this lady. I can't think of her name. I'll find it and put it in the Facebook group on the video when she tells me. But it'll be fake and you'll be found out. You'll be found out that you did not succeed, that you did not successfully execute what you were supposed to do or trying to do. Donnie, I heard your voice or a voice.
I'm going to read what Melissa said because I think this is super important. And thank you for bringing it into the space. But Coach, you'll determine how you feel about it. And then once again, we have Teresa who wants to share. So Melissa said, I also want to acknowledge many of us in this space who are intuitive or highly sensitive. We also take in other energy and forget to cleanse ourselves to keep our energy on high vibration. Now I could give testimony to this all day, but I'm going to leave that to you, Coach, and then we'll go to Teresa.
Yes, absolutely. I'm an empath, and all of us by nature, God-given, are empathic abilities. So in that, sometimes the things that you're stressing about, worrying about, holding, feeling in your body are not even yours. So when you're around people, it's important to clear yourself. It's important to clear your energy daily. One of the things that Queen Afua teaches is getting up at like 3, 4 in the morning and smudging your space and setting your intention for the day. You can go back to bed if you want to, but take that time and do a little meditation for yourself, even if it's just 3 to 5 minutes. Most of us of a certain age wake up in the middle of the night anyway. That's a clue from the Most High. That's a clue from Spirit for you to do some work to set the pace of the day coming, for you to clear. So take 5 extra minutes, other than just going to the bathroom. Smudge your space. Take some breathing in. Do some deep breathing. Make meditation. Say prayers. Something to nourish and feed yourself in the moment, right? So take on that clue. It doesn't mean you have to get up and clean the house from the beginning to the end. No. Don't. This is not time to do more work. This is time to do something for your spirit. This is time to feed and nourish yourself. Even if it's just sitting in silence. Even if it's just sitting in silence and looking at something of nature. Take that time. Okay, so Teresa, I'll hear from you, and then Shani, we can play the video.
Okay.
Peace and blessing, family. I was in a space where I was always saying yes to everything for a long time. And now that I say no, it feels good to say no. It's like, I feel like sometimes, as women, we say yes to so many things. And I just wonder, it's like, is it possible to say no to some of the stuff that we've been saying yes? It doesn't matter what it is. It's like even if it's like whatever that you're doing, it's like, can you just say, you know what? Well, tonight, I don't feel good. Can you do that? Or can you help? Because a lot of times we feel like we have to do everything, especially as women. And now that I say no, I had to really learn how to do stuff for me, because I was always saying yes. It's like I had to find out what do I want? What do I like? And so it's new for me, but it feels so good that I just am saying no, I'm not able to do that. I'm tired. I need some help, whatever it is. It's like I've been in a place where I was too much pride to ask for help, because feeling like, and how we were raised, to feeling like, if I ask for help, then I'm weak. No, I'm not. We're not weak. We just need some help. We just need to say no, and we've been, ingrained to say yes, I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that. And so, even when I've said no, they were like, we used to do that. I said, you're right. I used to do that, but I can't do that anymore. And that's not healthy for me.
Yes.
I'm complete.
Thank you for bringing that in, a reminder to me to include boundaries, the importance of setting boundaries. Oh my goodness. Saying no. No is a full sentence with a period and an exclamation point if necessary. Saying no. And you don't have to give no reason why, or no excuse, or no, but because. Just no, can't. And that's your right to do that. Setting boundaries, not doing everything, delegating your authority to someone. I could have, instead of having myself, when I was raising my kids, I could have asked my children every now and then to read a story, one to the other. But no, super mom, we have it in our mind that we have to do everything. I could have alternated with my husband. Honey, read tonight. I'm going to sleep. Tomorrow I'll read. There's solutions. We got loads of solutions that we come up with for our friends and for everybody else. But what about for ourselves? We're in there trying to just keep going, keep doing it till we burn out, till we end up with, like was said, part-time at the hospital. And back in the day, when in the 70s, they used to call it, people's parents sometimes would just disappear. and they be gone for weeks or months. And you're like, well, what happened to Mrs. So-and-so? Where is she? And the word would be, oh, she had a nervous breakdown. Okay. That was the terminology for it back then. And that's what it was when they actually admitted you to the hospital and you stayed in full time for an extended period of time. And it could be that you're just getting time to sleep. You're just getting time to rest, be away. You know, my grandmother, may she rest in peace, would sometimes, I don't remember if we ever said she had a nervous breakdown, but as she got older, I took notice that, boy, when she went to the hospital, she was living large. She had everyone serving her. She was sitting up and watching her stories and you know, she was comfortable. When I would go visit her, I'm thinking, Nana must be sick. Oh my God, what's wrong with my Nana? She was comfortable. So she was taking a break from whatever aggravation and stress and, you know, free vacation. You don't have to even pay for it. Your insurance is covering it. You're in a hospital. And everyone's coming to see you and see what you need, bringing you flowers, bringing you food. Like, that doesn't happen at home, right? Let's not get to the place where that's where our vacation is, right? Marilyn mentioned that she's going to be taking a vacation just to sleep. If we are building our tank on a regular basis, then we can sleep and still do a little something that we enjoy, that nourishes us when we're on vacation. Okay.
Yeah, Coach,
And,
let me read
yeah.
these comments a little bit before you move forward. So Teresa on Facebook says, Rosie M. Vivas, fraudster. Oh, I think this was about the winner of the marathon, was declared the winner in the female category for the 84th Boston Marathon in 1980, only to have her title stripped 8 days after the race, when it was discovered that she had not run the entire course. And of course, Teresa would find that, because Teresa's a runner and you know, does these other types of races. So she was on that.
Yeah.
And Stacy McLean shared, we all must cleanse our energy bodies daily, the same way you take a shower. We often focus on the physical when we are spiritual beings too. So, you know, there's the energy body, the pain body, the physical body. So, you know, your aura, just the energy, the light that you carry, like she's saying, you got to clear that out, just like we take showers and bathe our skin. Darnice said, or D.Y. Forrester said, yes, after 2 sedentary days of trainings, I took myself on a 30-minute walk and let the breeze kiss my cheek and let the branches of the trees catch my eye. It restored me. Veronica said, this week, my 6 a.m. meditations have been revitalizing both physically and emotionally. It has been difficult in the past to say yes to myself. And then Stacy acknowledged Imani, who joined the thread on Facebook. I declare you are smiling, she said to Imani. And she said, saying no is self-care, Teresa. And then Teresa says, so true. Oh, I think she was talking about you and what you said about your mom. So true, that happened to my mom. And let me see if there's anything else. All righty, Coach.
I want to double back and address, there was someone who said that they were in the hospital waiting room right now.
Yes.
And that's causing them to be at the Fray. And I'm just wanting to send energy there. Let us all send them love and peace and strength and fortitude for whatever they're going through in this time where they're at the hospital waiting room. And pray that, you know, whatever you're dealing with is not serious. And if it is, that you seek the support, not just medical support, but you seek the mental and emotional support in your community, the Wake Up community, and in those who love you, to just give you energy and give you covering energetically. So we are here, we are loving on you, and we are wanting you to be in a space of gratitude and high vibration, even in that moment, because how you attract what you want coming to you is at a high vibration. You don't want to be angry and low vibration, then you're going to attract that kind of care, right? You're going to attract the person who, the nurse who is negligent, or the doctor who is not really reading everything he's supposed to read. So keep your vibe high as you possibly can. Be in a space of gratitude. And I think it was Sister June. So please be in a space of gratitude that you have the ability to go to an emergency, to go to a hospital, to get care, to get what is needed. Okay. So being in a space of gratitude and appreciation just really helps you stay at a high vibration as well. And then do some service. Maybe call someone up who you're worried about when you come out. Once everything is settled, call someone up, give some service, give some love to someone else as an act of your gratitude and appreciation. So same thing, Melissa, with the situation with the car, continue to stay in a space of gratitude that you have a car and that you can get around. And that even though that $200 may be something that's, not going to be comfortable for your budget, but that you can come up with it and still eat and still have shelter and still, and still manage your life. So sometimes it's about switching your attitude and becoming into a space of an attitude of gratitude for what's so. Gratitude for what you do have will give you access to create more of what you want, right? And it'll also strengthen you in the difficult times. So it is 7:58, family. Thank you so much for rocking out with me, those who have to leave now. Thank you for being here and examining the fray and looking at what the season brings and how it amplifies that energy of the fray. And so you want to get out of it before be pulled under with the vortex that creates, right? Vortex is like that whirlpool that's created when the wind is blowing and it creates like a suction. Yeah, you don't want to get in that. So thank you for being here while we're examining that and looking at that. We're going to go now and start to look at more ways to pull up above that fray. So it's 7:59 and my information will be dropped in the chat, my contact information. And if you want to reach out to me, you want to get a consultation, you want to get tools to support you, I offer essential oils and aromatherapy. I offer Reiki. I offer products that I make that will help align your chakras and your energy centers, such as scrubs. And I offer the smoothest butter that is on the planet, and it makes you feel like out of this world. And soap. So I have a wonderful, and crystals, of course. I have a wonderful bag of tools that you can get from my business, which is Your Bliss Zone. And that information is dropped in the chat. Please come back and catch the recorded replay in our Facebook group. And thank you again for joining us today.
Beautiful.
And for the rest of you, Shawnee, can we move to play the video? And I want to just observe this video. Just be with this video. Just breathe it in. We're going to sit. We're going to take a moment right now and be with this. I want you to breathe deeply as you watch this video. Breathe it in. Thank you. Thank you. Now slowly reflect on what came up for you. What came up for you being with this video? What is this? What does it feel like? And Shani, you can release it. Thank you. Anyone ready to share what that was like and what that was for them? Just being with that video.
All right, let me see just a couple of things in the chat. Oh, one, Z said it feels good to slow down even for a few moments. I'll share while others, and Melissa has her hand up. I'll share this really quickly. I don't often think of fire as my slow down element. But fire can be quietly present and soothing. I think about the fire that simmers, like boils water slowly. There's fire that just erupts and it's destructive and disruptive and it's loud. But there's also the fire that just slow burn. And I'm still in action when I'm at rest. Rest is an action. Rest is fiery, but it's that slow simmer. So as I watch the flame and it dancing and it partnering with air, because fire cannot exist without air. I think about how I am fire, but I cannot exist without taking breaths and allowing air to soothe me, settle me, nourish me, and ground me. So I'm just grateful for the moment just to align myself with the element of fire as the source of nourishment. And I'm complete. Melissa, you ready?
Yeah, I actually appreciated the time to breathe and to just sit with my breath and to, remind myself everything you just said, that, I am grateful. I have a paycheck coming in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like it could be worse, and just be able to just be present, as I look out of my window and I, see the beautiful sky and the land in front of me, and just remember that, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right.
Okay, Ashe, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for presencing that and being with that and accepting that offer. Thank you so much. That light that I played, that video, that light is you. That light is you in darkness. You have a light within, but you have to go to it. And you have to nourish it. And as Stacy was speaking about, you have to cleanse it and clear it. And you have to guard it, the boundaries you set. What you choose to let in your eye, what you choose to look at with your eyes and listen to with your ears affects your light. Choose with intention, not just reckless eyeballing. That is impacting your light. And you need your light more than anything in this season. Okay? Your light is the way to utilize, cultivating your light in this season is the high vibration way to utilize the swirl energy and go inward. Spending a little time, even like we just did, a minute and a half for quiet, breathing, gratitude, reflection. You can also do things like keeping a daily journal, right? Writing, reading, taking baths. And if you can't take a bath because you don't have a tub, which I don't understand these apartments that they make without tubs, because I just don't get it, but you can soak your feet in salt water while you're sitting, reading a book wrapped up in a big blanket. These are ways to cultivate your light. Have a cup of tea and drink it. Make it very, very hot and drink it very, very slow. Right? I drink coffee too. I love coffee, but I'm not talking about the coffee energy. The energy of a cup of herb tea. Nourishing, meditative, just to drink the hot tea. Okay? Take naps. When you're at school and it gets hectic and there's a moment that you have for lunch, take half that time to eat and half that time to take a nap. If you have to go in the teacher's lounge and close your eyes, put on some dark shades, whatever you need to do, take a nap. I used to do that. I used to have to be to work at 7 a.m. at one point, and another point I would have to be to work at 4:30 a.m. and work till 12:30 in the afternoon because I worked in television. And the nap was real. It wasn't about me even taking it. It was about it taking me. The nap would come on. So my lunch hour was an hour of sleep. And I would eat, either before I go to lunch, have a sandwich while they're at the job, at the board, or afterwards. So take a nap, get extra rest. Turn off the television or turn off all the electronics earlier than you normally would. Make space for yourself. And then take time to sleep and wake up when you're finished sleeping. Not with an alarm and all these duties and responsibilities, but sleep deep. This is also nourishing. I'm not talking about the sleep of depression where you're taking you're doing sleep and you're waking up and you're still feeling depleted and still not feeling any resolve or refreshment. I'm not talking about the sleep to sleep away your problems in that regard. I'm talking about sleep as a form of nourishment to your body and to your spirit. Sleep. And then if you still have to move around and get out a lot, do a lot of things, move slower. This is the time of the slow down. Pay attention to what Mother Nature has already set up for you. Okay. And Shani, if we could go to the next slide.
Absolutely.
What is this image, folks? Be with this image for a moment and tell me, how does it feel to look at it? What's coming up for you?
I'll start us off, and I think someone just dropped something in the chat, Coach. Okay, so let me just read this. Makes me want to dance. I love this image. Peace and tranquility. And that was dancing is from Melissa, tranquility, Evelyn, Teresa, royalty, and majesty.
Oh,
Florence said, is it the lotus? something beautiful from darkness.
Yes, all of that, all of that. This image is you. This image is you illuminated, lighting up the darkness. This image is you filled up with your tank full and being a light in the darkness. Others can sometimes ignite your light, but you got to go and get your own, right? And we talked about that with some of the things that you can do, but don't wait until you need it. Fill it up now, right? So that you can be this beautiful lotus energy of transformation, a light in the darkness. It is royal, and it is empowering, and it is beautiful, right? I love this image. How does it make you feel when you look at it? Yes, I see someone said able to breathe. It makes me feel, Val, Valencia, makes me feel able to breathe. Yes. Breathe in deeply. Breathe in deeply. That's what you look like.
Yeah.
You're lit.
Oh, sorry, Coach, you have folks who want to share. So let me take this. You want me to keep it up or take it down? It's up to you.
You can take it down.
Okay, awesome. So we have some folks who want to share. I thought I saw 2 hands, but now it's just one. So Teresa, you're up.
Hey, hey, complete.
Okay.
Hey, hey, woo,
Hey,
All right.
hey.
You pulled up. You pulled up from the fray. Yes. That's what that feels like. That's what that looks like. That's what that is like when you're lit on the inside. When you're lit on the inside, that candle was you in the darkness, nourishing yourself, feeding your light, being still. Just a little sway. And then the lit candle with the beautiful lotus candle holder is you, what it looks like you when you are lit, right? So this is how we pull up from the fray. We spiral up by nourishing ourselves, by using our tools, by filling our tanks. Excuse me. And in this way, not only do you illuminate yourself, but you illuminate others. You light up the whole room, and everyone in the room is feeling your light. Okay. So one of the ways in which we do this is by being here in the Wake Up community. This is day number 735, which means there are 735 videos like this for you to go back and catch the replay in our private Facebook group, Sankofa, your transformation to fill up your tank. Sankofa, this is all free for you. We do this because we love you. We do this because we love this, the work, helping others, doing what we say we're doing and helping others, right? I could have definitely laid down and said, oh, I'm in my emotions and I'm feeling bad and I'm just gonna curl up and on the couch and fall asleep and not talk to anybody for a week or two for the way I was feeling. But I had to use my own tools to pull myself above the fray so that I could come here and talk to you about doing the same, right? Each one teach one, and everybody learns. So you light your light, and that ignites the lights of others. And you have all these sessions in Be the Tree, Be the Tree is another form of transformation. It's a women's rites of passage program. There are no mistakes. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it because it's ending right now for this cohort. And we're getting ready to start up cohort 21. And I'm one of the head coaches of the program. Sharni is the founder and initiator of the program and a head coach. And listen, reach out. Sharni, you can drop a link in the chat about how they can register for catching some of the sessions. What do we call it? Introduction sessions, and or, coming to the culmination, which the ladies who are graduating from cohort 20 and get themselves ready to be a part of cohort 21, which starts in February. So that was not intended, but there are no mistakes. So Be the Tree is a source of transformation. It is a way to fill your tank as well. It is a way to prepare yourself in the dark season. Yes. All right. So it's not like you're never going to experience the fray anymore once you fill up your tank, right? Is that once your tank is full, when these challenges come, you will easier pivot back to your center. The challenges can roll off your back like water off a duck's back, okay?
Coach, you have, you have Adam who's had his hand up for a minute,
Oh,
who wants to share. So Adam, if you would.
Adam.
Good morning, Coach Sheryl. Good morning, Shawnee. Good morning, Woo Nation.
Good morning.
I want to go back to that picture that you showed. When I look at that picture, it reminded me that I matter, first and foremost. And that picture also reminds me why I do self-care Saturdays every weekend on Facebook, to not only advocate for myself, but to advocate for the community in terms of how important it is to take care of themselves. Because sometimes we don't take the time to see the benefits when we take care of ourselves. Most of the time we get caught up in the distractions, such as the news, such as family, such as other outside noise that can pull us away from nature, and we become very stagnant and rigid in our in how we show up in the world. So I just wanted to say thank you for showing that picture, because we have to remind ourselves that we matter each and every day, and we have to do the work.
Absolutely.
Because if we don't do our work, then who's going to do it for us?
That's right.
Because other nations have shown and proven to us that they're not going to do our work unless we do it ourselves.
That's right.
They're proving it to us every day. So it's all about seeing the leader within yourself, and seeing the leader within yourself it starts from up your head and your third eye.
Ashe. Thank you, Brother Adam. Thank you so much,
Coach Sheryl, and I love y'all.
Look, we love you too. It's always good to hear from you, and always a word. So thank you so much for that. That I'm reminded to observe even the work that we are doing, and be in gratitude for doing that. That you're able to do that, right? So, it's about spiraling up, right? It's about utilizing the tools. And I'm going to quickly go through some quick tools because it's 8:21. But I want you to, one of the main tools that I want you to think about is this one that we're on right now. Social media, right? Lots of people say, oh, social media is so negative. I'm going to delete my Facebook account, my Instagram, my TikTok, my Twitter, it's all so negative. Remember, it's like a knife. Is a knife negative? A knife can kill, but a knife can cut. A knife can, basically that's what it can do. I can't think of anything else. If you do think of it, drop it in the chat. But a knife can only do what the person who's holding it allows it to do, right? Right? So the same thing with your social media. Your algorithm, or the technology that's used to discover, to introduce new videos to you or new information to you, is based upon what you currently are looking at. So if you don't like what you're looking at and what you're getting, what keeps coming up on your feeds, then change what you're looking at. Watch things that nurture your spirit. Watch videos like the one I just showed you on YouTube. Just watch things that are supportive of you. You have to guard your eye gate and your ear gate, right? And what comes out of your mouth is based upon what goes in your eye, this one too, your eyes and your ears, right? So things like watching meditations, watching animals. I love watching nature and nature videos. Watching children laughing, children, doing unusual and fun things. Hang with them in real life and take the perspective of not correcting them, but just being with them and how they are and who they are, right? Nurture your spirit. Okay. Another ways to pull up from the fray, exercise. Get your adrenaline up. Go for a walk. Go swimming indoors. Go to the gym. Get on the floor and stretch. And if you can't get on the floor, stretch from your chair. Okay. There's a lot of stretching moves you can do just sitting. And Coach Stacy McLean is a wonderful yogisha who helps us stretch from sitting, standing, and any place that we are. So move the body and watch Woo, okay? Others who share their movement, and make sure that you are going back to watch the videos. Like I said, we have 735 of these. So go back in the Facebook group and start searching a topic and the videos will come up, or search the tab for just the videos and you can go scroll down and catch the ones that you've missed. They are worth more than money. Way, way more than money. And okay, so also your vitamin D, make sure you're getting sun, even in the winter, even if it means you're sitting at a window, expose your skin so the sunlight can go on your skin. That's how the vitamin D goes in, right? Make sure you're also taking vitamin B complex that keeps your nerves even and easy, right? And helps you not get your nerves be frayed. Get light therapy if the sunlight that's there is not enough. There are methods of light therapy. You can Google them and look them up, okay? Certain lights that you can buy and put them up in your space, that sunlight energy is coming on you. But garbage in means that your light can get clouded. So what you're looking at on your social media feeds, let it be empowering. Let it be nurturing. Let it be transformative. Let it make you laugh, make you smile, not just be news and, blues, okay? Wear colors with intentions. I gave a whole session about color and the power of color and colors that you can use to support you. Eat a juicy piece of fruit and reflect on how it got from being a seed to being in your hand to you taking the bite. That's a meditation that really puts you in a space of gratitude and appreciation for what you're eating. And of course, eat healthy, eat nourishing foods as much as you possibly can. Yes, Shawnee, that'll be next. Use essential oils, stimulate your senses. Use natural incense like sage and Palo Santo and frankincense and myrrh. Use natural incense, not these sprays and all these things that have a bunch of chemicals that are causing other problems and sometimes causing allergies to activate. Listen to high quality music. And sometimes that means just listening to things that are instrumental, like jazz or classical or African. There's a lot of instrumental African music. Tango, there's a lot of beautiful tango music. Listen to instrumental music and reflect and cozy up with a good soft blanket, okay? Travel, of course, if you can, to a sunnier climate. See a therapist or professional medical personnel as needed, okay? Don't hesitate that if it gets to the point where you're at that fray or you're in that place where you're feeling like you're gonna pop, see a professional if that's what you need. Someone put, I think it was Val that put praise and worship. Absolutely. Prayer is one of the first and easiest tools besides breath, right? Prayer and meditation and affirmation, all of these are amazing tools to help you spiral up, right? And music. Again, music, make your playlists, a playlist to help you spiral up. And you can call it that. I'll give you the name, the Spiral Up playlist, okay? Have a Spiral Up playlist for when you're feeling low and play a couple songs that just take you there. And I like to play things that were, you know, from my youth, because it brings me right back to that moment, right? And the 70s and the 80s and the 60s, all of that music is amazing. Free for you on YouTube. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you have an Amazon Music feature. Create your playlists. SoundCloud for new music and new artists, all right? So I wanna play this video to give you an example of fun social media. Shawnee, you can play it now.
No problem. Hold on one sec.
I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Finally, I'm ready.
That's why I'm easy.
Chill out. That's better. Right, where are we going?
And you can't just turn down my music.
Oh, you mean my music? Okay.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Let's go, Mally. Yes. Hey, go, go, go. Woo! Let's go.
What to feel?
Woo! What you know now? To what, Mally? To be real. Man, you're doing too much.
Just get on down. That box just getting so fucking out here. Yeah. Start to chase your dreams about the sleep, make your body straight. Get down. Let's go.
I've been thinking about you for quite a while. You're on my mind every day and every night. Dad, do you have some water? Never mind.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's the Cabs family. Is one of my favorite videos, favorite families to watch. I've kind of adopted them as my own, and they are so fun. The kids are into the music of the 80s. The father has bonded with them, and it's just amazing and cute and fun to watch. Good, clean, pure fun, and it makes me laugh and smile. And so when you change what you're watching on social media, then what gets suggested to you changes. So make sure you're using your social media to support your light, right? Just look at the light just all on me now. Natural. To support your light, your inner light, so you can stay lit, right? And like I said, create your playlists, so that you can, at any time that you need to, switch on the music that will help you keep on, stay lit, and stay spiraled up above the fray. So any more comments, questions, feedback that anyone has before we absolutely close this morning?
Yeah, let's see what's in the chat. Lots of love, shares around the video and just the joy that that brought into the space. And Adam said, ain't nothing like timeless music. Valencia, I love it. Melissa says she is my kind of kid. Valencia said, yes, with multiple hearts. And my sister said, Joy said, you used to watch them all the time, or she used to watch them all the time on YouTube. Too cute, all his daughters. And there's something about watching dads with daughters that just nourishes the soul, because there's such a false paradigm around men in raising children, especially Black men.
Yes.
Melissa, all caps, love. John Carl from Facebook said, I love the tools you offer. Phyllis said, beautiful. I said, Ashe. Love that video. Thanks, Coach Sheryl. I will be dancing this morning. Flo said, even on TV, I only watch what inspires me. Adam said, keep on keeping on. Melissa, blessings, Rule Nation. I have to run and get ready for work. I needed this so much today. My battery is full. Valencia, well aligned and well nourished this morning. Facebook, Elaine said, that's amazing. Imani Abdullah said, joy. Valencia said, thank you. And Laura has her hand up, so we can take that share before we close out fully. So Laura, you ready?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, Coach Sheryl.
You're welcome.
I am feeling so lit.
Ashe.
Oh my gosh, I just carried on my meditation from early this morning, lighting up the chakras. I mean, I thank you so much. I've been dancing this morning. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you all.
Keep building, keep stacking those tools.
Oh,
keep
yeah.
tank full. Wonderful, Sister Laura. Thank you. Thank you.
Ashe.
Awesome. Awesome.
Great. Excellent. Thank you, family. So we're going to move forward. Please stay in this space so we can celebrate this awesome wonder that is Coach Sheryl, and stick around for the special offer. You don't want to miss an opportunity. So Coach, we know that this is part offer, part activity. So if you could explain.
So the first two persons to raise their hand and respond to these two activities will be able to receive a complimentary consultation and a crystal essential oil combo to support you in staying above the fray for the season, right? So the first two persons, what I'm asking you to share is share as many tools as you can come up with that you've learned in Woo. Not one, not two, not three, not four. Come on. We've been here 735 days. So I want to hear a lot of tools, and I want to hear who you've learned the tools from. Okay. And then the other share for the next person, share 3 tools that you use and how you've used them in supporting you and staying above the fray. So you want to get some of my juicy, wonderful crystal and essential oil combination gifts? Raise your hand. Step in.
We have 2 hands raised, Teresa and Elaine. So you just want to hear them run them off? Is that what all right, so Teresa, you're up first. Can you please?
Sister, I use music, dance, exercise. I was with Sister Nikki doing the sexual healing. That's one person. Sister Mika, like telling me to, to speak to myself. Shauna, expose yourself, expand yourself to expose yourself. That's all I can think of, and I'm complete.
How have you used them to support you?
Well, I have used them to support me because I've taken their classes. I've also been part of like the healing session. I did Be the Tree. Also I went to I'm doing Landmark. So what else? And I'm loving myself because I'm not all depressed like I was before. I do exercise 3 times a week. What else that I'm doing? I started revamping my business. I started doing a business with my son. I been taking care of myself, eating better. I lost weight. So what else?
I love it. Love it. That's
And
good. In there, and you're showing how, and it definitely shows on you, Sister Teresa. So thank you so much. You deserve this beautiful gift. Thank you so much for your share. Anyone else?
All right, we have Elaine that had her hand up. Elaine, you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Grand Rising. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Well, one of the major things I learned today, actually, you've reminded me the tool to use music, especially music from when I was younger, because every time I have a memory connected to a song that used to play when I was younger, it instantly takes me out of whatever it is that I'm feeling and instantly raises my vibration. So I use meditation music on a regular, and I use frequencies and vibrations, and I forgot just how like a good song, a good song from back then, especially something that they don't play anymore on the radio, and then from just the Wu family, there have been several speakers from this community that have helped me, especially this past 2 weeks. Uvalka is one of the speakers that were on here recently talking about brain spotting, especially some of the people that are even in the community on the Zooms that have shared. They've shared a lot of tools that they've used to cope with stress and managing just everyday life. And I've used that for my own personal kind of perspective. I think sometimes just knowing that other people are there with you and going through the same thing, that definitely helps me. When they share information, like I learned a lot about the brain spotting. I learned a lot about there was another speaker a few weeks ago, and I forget her name, but she was breaking down just the usage of the words that you use, being very intentional with the words that you speak and how that can affect your vibration and your energy. So I love the list that you gave on how to kind of spiral up. I really feel like I'm going to kind of use that and be more intentional with my actions. And then 3 tools that I used, that I use constantly, like I said, music, frequency healing. I use that in the morning when I first wake up, prayer and meditation when I first wake up, nature, grounding. Anytime I go outside and get some air, when I feel the sun on my skin, when I'm by the ocean, I go to the beach. Those are my grounding and my safe spaces, and I always feel healed when I'm in nature. And then one of my go-tos, if I can't go anywhere, is just being actively present with my children and just watching them just be who they are and be so free and without worry, and to kind of take note on that, because we were all that way. So thank you very much.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yes, you are using your tools. They are supporting you to stay above the fray. You are reflecting on tools that you got from the community. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You will receive the complimentary consultation and the crystal essential oil combo for the season. All I ask is that you both send me an email, and my contact information, it will be on the next slide. Send me an email with your address in it, and in the title, say Woo Winner in the subtitle. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here today, and thank you everyone for being here. And as each one teaches one, and we all can lift each other and illuminate the space and stay lit this season. Stay lit.
Sister Sheryl, I would like to give my gift to Sister Melissa. it's been on my mind, and I'm just gonna, I want to give it to Sister Melissa.
Ashe,
No,
Ashe.
I want to give it to Sister Melissa.
You got it. Thank you. So Melissa, are you there?
Let me check.
She had to leave. I think she had to leave for work.
Leave, yeah.
So I think if as long as she's registered, we'll be able to reach her. So everyone, thank you, Sister Teresa, for donating so generously your gift. And I will make sure, Shawnee, we'll make sure to reach out to Melissa, even if have her contact right now. When she's in the next session, we'll get her.
All right, awesome. I'll ask Chantel to look up contact information. And she also has to be a yes for the receiving of the gift.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank you, family. Beautiful. Carrying on. Here you go, Coach.
So my contact information, the name of my business is Your Bliss Zone, because I believe that when you take care of yourself, when you love yourself, you will be absolutely in a space of bliss. And I encourage you to always stay in your bliss zone, to pivot, to spiral up, to do whatever it takes to get back in your bliss zone. And I offer tools to support that. I offer coaching, I offer consultations, and many other things. And you can find me at Facebook at Your Bliss Zone, at Instagram at Your Bliss Zone, and my email is yourblisszone@gmail.com. So like and follow and subscribe. Well, I don't have a YouTube page, but like and follow me and email me those who are looking for consultation or anything. I actually have a big sale going on right now with my business as well. So you can follow me. Also find me at linktr.ee/my name, Sheryl with an S, SHERYL, Glenn, GLENN. So reach out so that I can help you reach in and stay lit. Thank you for being here this morning.
Great. All righty. So love offerings. When I think about the opportunity to stay above the fray, all of the tools that were shared, all of the insights that were provided, the coaching, the covering, the space of non-judgment and grace, I think about our tanks being filled with love and opportunity and possibility for a life that wouldn't have existed unless we chose to listen and apply what we've learned. So the love offerings in this space is an opportunity for us to give back what has been so generously given and intentionally given to us. It's an energy exchange and reciprocity. So you receive, so you can give back to this team, to this facilitator in the form of love offerings, giving of money, fiat, and currency, so that the current can keep going and flowing. So Zelle and Quick Pay is a way to do that. You can take the action now, don't wait. So leadershipdevelopment@gmail.com on Zelle, Quick Pay through your bank or whatever the setup is where your Zelle account is. And then Cash App, $ Spirit of a Woman is another option. We have a link that will drop in the chat so you can go straight to it, or you can access on your own if you have the app, and use the code when you're giving, like, acknowledge wake up, but use the code #735SLG. And that's for our beloved Coach Sheryl. And thank you in advance for your generosity, family. Let's make that happen. And then once again, I talked about this at the close of last month. We have the monthly automated declarations, or commitments that you can make, where you just set it and let it do what it does, create a space of reciprocity, abundance flow, high energy, and commitment. So grateful to you all who have already done this, and grateful in advance for those who will do it. So these are the options: 25, 50, 75, 100, so that you can contribute to the community who gives back to you. One of the things that resonated so strongly with me that Coach Sheryl said, that I wasn't even present to, even though I say the numbers all the time, that we have 735 recordings. Today will be another one that will be present in the Facebook page, and then also just in our archives for Wake Up. 735 recordings. There's never an excuse to suffer at all when you have all of that juice and sacred medicine provided to you. Like, come on, family, let's heal, let's transform, let's ascend. And one of my favorite people, oh, I'm sorry, I was about to take this over. I was on a roll. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, one of my favorite people too. Reverend Brandon Smith will be doing Sunday. We'll be back on Sunday. You know, in the Woo, we take off on Friday and Saturday so that we can actually absorb everything that we've gotten all week long and put it into place, and so that we can get rest. But join us on Sunday morning, December 11th, 2022, for What's in It for Me in 2022. What's in it for me in 2023? Oh my goodness, with Reverend Brandon Smith. And he is a profound person, great energy, numerology he has on tap, and so much more, crystals, everything. He is into everything that he can help you with to make you move forward in 2023. So you don't want to miss it. Come join us.
Beautiful. Thank you, Coach. All righty, taking it back. The Woo Nation welcomes all new members. I did see some names that were new in the space. I don't know if they're still in the space, but thank you for being here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for co-creating in this community. We are committed. And as Coach Sheryl said, we love it that to learn, elevate, and ascend 5 days a week, really every day, because even when we're off for Friday and Saturday, we're still calibrating, building, and preparing for the next session. So please do come back if you were here for the first time, or just the third time, or the fifth time. We need more light in this community so that we can all continue to grow and transform. And the schedule, which will also be dropped in Facebook and also Zoom. The schedule Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. and Monday and Wednesday, 7 to 7:30. It's not lost on us that folks carve out time daily to be with us, even when they're preparing for work and other activities. Thank you for that contribution of your time. For me, time is more valuable than money, even though money is needed for survival. Like, our time is so precious. So thank you for sharing it with us. If you want to get daily alerts and reminders, because some of us need that, just type in 74121, like you're dialing a number. And then when the text box comes in, type in all caps, Woo Nation, send it, and then we'll get an alert on our automated system to send you daily reminders. And then you can stop it at your leisure whenever you want. And we have swag, new swag. If you've been part of this community, you know that this is additional stuff. We have candles with the word transforming, growing, healing. If you pay attention to the song that we play every morning, these words, affirming words, are in the song. So now we have candles so you can burn that energy and amplify it. And then we have leggings for the sisters. We have a cup where you can pour water and be affirmed. There's an affirmation on there as well. And then teacup, tote bag, all the good stuff. Please buy online. It's another way to support the community. And you have a hat for the wintertime, a Scully with the Woo logo on it that was crafted by John Carl. He was the drafter of the logo for Woo. I just want to thank you all. Stay in touch. You can register for next week's session so you can be with Brandon and all the others that are scheduled to lead. We have a Facebook page that's private. We have a Facebook page that's public. We have Instagram, Wake Up Everybody, YouTube, and an email address for you to send messages and seek guidance, share testimonies, and make suggestions. So now we're going to stop this flow, and we're going to do what we know how to do. There are 15 of us left in this space, so please unmute yourselves and start to celebrate our awesome facilitator, if you would. So come on,
Hey, Sister Cheryl.
Hey, Sheryl.
Thank you, beautiful Sister Cheryl.
And everyone else that was here, I love y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
So much. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. Want to share this song
Everybody,
with y'all?
you
Rise
all
up.
amazing. Thank you very much.
Love y'all. Love y'all all.
Peace and blessings all.
Thank
Thank you for another
Let's
wonderful
heal ourselves
session.
so we can feel ourselves.
Wonderful,
wonderful
session.
Thank you, beloved.
Rock, 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 rock.
Thank
Call
you.
me. Call me, please.
Yes.
I need to get some of that butter from you, Coach Sheryl.
I know that's right.
Come and get smooth. Come and get smooth.
Hey, Rakia. Hey,
Hey,
Sister.
what's up, family? Love
Hey,
y'all.
Teresa.
Hey,
Y'all have
baby,
a
who was that?
wonderfully blessed day. Love
You
you all.
too.